Well, here we are under the wire. Welcome back to a late night edition of Hammer Away. This is Viking Stew and April rocks on. Just got done seeing Harry Potter and the Cursed Child tonight. We're going to talk about it.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Well, hello. How's it going? Like I say, late night. Just thought I'd do this real quick because I got a few things to share with you guys that I picked up today as well. But also wanted to talk about real quick about this Harry Potter show. I'm seeing it's kind of interesting because my wife and I are seeing two stage productions this week that were heavily advertised when we were on our trip in England. So tonight we went and saw Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Here, let me see if I can bring that up. I think I have a couple of little pieces of artwork. Here we go. There you go. That was from my phone. We saw it at the fabulous Fox Theater. It is a fabulous theater. Here it is right there. My wife got a cool shot of the marquee there. And there's a little closer up shot of the front of the building. That's a beautiful theater. I talked a little bit about one of my greatest experiences there at that theater with Stryper back in 1989. So I'll talk more about that later at another time. So then I tried to take a shot. Didn't come out as good as hers though, but it's a little closer, right? So you kind of get that closer feel. But there you go. There's the inside of the theater. I did get I'll tell you what, let me see if I can drop this in too real quick whilst I got this rolling here. Let me see how fast it'll do this. Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind. Never mind. I forgot I have to convert my videos. There is some of the inside. Okay, so there's that stage shot again. This very well done as far as the scene and the sets and all that stuff was really, really cool. There's the playbill, obviously, and you can see Clue is going to be coming there. I think actually my wife and her friend are going. I think they got season tickets, she said, so they'll be seeing all of those shows. I should have brought the program down here with me, but I did not. So I don't want to be on here too long tonight. I got to get some sleep and get ready for tomorrow. I got 2 interviews to do on the show tomorrow. So keep posted for those. If you've liked and subscribed and hit the notification, you already know that I've got the 2 shows coming up tomorrow. One is with a member of the band Chemical Tribe. The other is a member of the band Fire and Ice. And Fire and Ice is out of New Jersey, and Chemical Tribe is out of California. So tonight we're going to go through that just a skosh. I wondered if you'd be here with me, Salvatore. Good to see you, man. Thanks for chiming in. I hope you enjoy what we've got here. So Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I don't need to tell you much about this. A lot of you probably already know a bunch about this. The main thing is it deals with time travel. Okay, so I was reading up about whether or not they're talking about doing this as a movie, and Chris Columbus at one point it said had an interest in doing it, but basically the cast isn't interested in coming back. So yeah, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. And I don't think that, and there's no reason that it should. I have a lot of favorite podcasters out there. Now, a lot of them are kind of in league with each other, like Critical Drinker and Nerdrotic and Disparu and Ass versus Babyface. So a lot of these guys, and within that also is Mahler. And these guys are really, really sharp, especially like Mahler. And they have these Disparu really nails down a lot of things too. Younger guy, just real sharp on the ball on that stuff. And but Mahler has this great way of really dissecting things and why they don't work. And I know that these guys have all talked about movies that have dealt with time travel, and those are things that I'm a little lost. Okay, you start thinking about it. However, I wasn't lost on this one because there's a lot of time travel, and it deals with the time traveling piece that that Hermione dealt with in the books, and in the movies, and it just there's a lot more to time travel than these things would think, right? So it's like very centric, very, you know, down to, well, let's do this with time travel. But you're like, okay, it affected that one thing, and you can unravel that one line, but there's a lot of other things that got unraveled at the same time. So and I understand it changes things and all that, and the way they play it out, that's fine. But there would just be way too many questions if you tried to do this in a movie. You'd be sitting there going, okay, wait a minute. All right. We're all just worried about this one little thing, and it would be changing more than that. It would be a little more widespread. So to make a movie of it would be ridiculous. To have it as a play where you're out there just to have fun. Now, also, let's get into that a little bit too. The humor is a little, as far as Harry Potter is concerned, I think it's a little over the top. I know it seems like I'm railing down on all the bad stuff. Well, let's do that. Let's just get that out of the way. Let's get the stuff out of the way. So they do time travel. Well, that visually is really cool, and even physically is really cool, because they have this effect that shows like a wash, like a, you know, the bouncing of time, the ripples and all that. That was cool, and the sound is deep and rich, and it shakes your chair and your whole being when it's happening. However, they end up doing that a lot throughout the show, and I'm like, okay. You know, normally if it was something I was really, really into, I'd be like, no, do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. But after a while, you're like, okay, here we go again, you know? So anyway, that effect happens a lot. There's a lot of whipping around of the capes, and that just seems like a big over and over and over and over thing. Because it's not a musical. There is music and there's dance, but there's no there's no songs. So you're not worried about them singing or anything like that. So it's not a musical, but it is a performance with music. So and then I think all that works really well. The only other thing that one of the other things that bugged me was this is what I was saying. It's humorous, right? Harry Potter has a lot of humor in it, with all the different characters and the things that they do, even the way that they act at each other or around each other or toward each other. You know, it's there's a lot of good humor there. Like Hagrid always going, "Oh, I probably shouldn't have said that." You know, these kind of things, or don't say anything about that. You know. But this seemed to be very over the top. And I get that for stage performances, but still, it was really over the top. So it was, I told my wife on the way home, I said, I think it's very instead of like just straight, you know, Harry Potter, which has British humor in it, it was just very British humor, which made it, to me, it was like Harry Towers or Faulty Potter, you know, where it's just over the top. The guy who was I'll get into the characters, but the guy who was playing Draco Malfoy's son was really loud, and they just go by what's directed to them. You know, if they do something, they probably direction tells them, the directors will tell them, give me a little more of that. You know, it needs to be a really over the top. And you're like, okay, but that's frickin' annoying. So that's the only thing. I just thought I was a little over the top. Because I get it. I get it. For stage, you have to be over the top, keep the audience engaged and all that kind of stuff. But there's a lot. It was a lot. Now, tonight was the last night. So that was, that was that. But otherwise, just trying to think if there was anything else I thought was, I don't think so. I think the really good things about, well, oh, no. In the beginning, I didn't get what was going on at all. There was just a lot of moving and a lot of whippity wop, whip wop. And just, I'm like, where the hell am I? What is going on? It settled down, and then I just knew where I was then. But coming out of it, I still have no clue what was going on in the beginning for the first. All right, I'm going to maybe push the limit. I'll land somewhere in the middle. How about 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes? I don't know, something like that. Within the 10-minute zone of the beginning, there was just a lot happening. It was like, okay, they're at the, just like every Harry Potter thing, they're at the station, and you go straight at the wall, and don't hesitate, and don't think about it too much. Just go straight at the wall and run, right? Well, they do this neat little effect where now you're in, you've gone through that dimensional shift, but then all this stuff starts happening, and I'm like, okay, I had a handle on what was going on, but now I'm just a little lost. I don't know what's going on, and then all of a sudden, rip, and now I'm like, well, okay, I guess I know where I are now, but it's just a little much. But otherwise. Let's get to the really good stuff, okay? So I thought that the music was fun. I thought that the dance parts in between to kind of give either a little good motion to it to allow, I'm sure part of that is put in so that actors can change and get ready for different scenes. And I think that works really well. I thought that was well choreographed. They have these stairways that they were working with. Then they had some of the scenery, and you could tell some of it was on screen, but you really, it was from where I was sitting, and we were not that far. We were in row L, so not that far back. We had great seats. My wife got great seats, and it was great to watch. I come from a family that dealt in theater a lot. I was in theater productions while I was growing up. And my dad did set work. He would design and build sets with a crew. And so I saw a lot of that happening. Pirates of Penzance was one of the biggest things that he worked on, because we ended up with the ship at our house. So we had the boat parked at our house for years. But so the scenes were a lot, they were very well done. And especially with all the changes and all the different places you had to go, they did a great job with that. Trying to think if there was so the dance, the music, the characters got better as it went on. They got a little stronger as they went on. The gentleman that was playing Snape, right on, really good, without having to be Alan Rickman-ish. He had his own thing going on, and he was really good. So that was really cool. I think all the characters were pretty well cast. It's just tough when you're watching movies for years, and you see somebody different in a thing. You're like, okay, give me a minute. And they also had an earlier show today too, so they did 2 shows today, and kept it up. Everything was good. Just I don't that guy playing. I'll get you the name here in a second, but playing Draco's son was just wow, just a lot of energy there. If you don't know much about this, let me put a little bit of. Let me see if I can find a picture. And then this will kind of help as well. Let me see if I can grab this. They have a nice stage shot from one of the productions, whichever one it is. And let's see what this is going to save as. It's going to save as that. So I'm going to have to change that real quick here. Not a problem. And there it is. Let's do a quick action and convert. Boom. All right, let's get back here to you guys there. And we'll get into here. And we'll do this and that. And then I'll bring this in. All right, so here you go. I'm going to put this on the screen. All right, so what you see going on here, let's just start from left to right. This is Hermione in the blue here. And then their daughter there. And then Ron Weasley. And then, who is that? I'm having a tough time remembering. And then this is Harry's kids here in the black. And that's Harry and his wife right there. And why can't I think of her name? But anyway, Weasley's sister. So yeah, so there's the set, and they got the clock back there. You can see from our photo that I showed you a little bit ago. But Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, it's a play by Jack Thorne, based on the original story by Thorne, J.K. Rowling, and John Tiffany, that serves as the 8th story in the Harry Potter series, set 19 years after Deathly Hallows. It follows Harry as an overworked ministry employee and his son Albus, who struggles with his father's legacy, leading to a new adventure involving time travel and dark forces that threaten the past and future. The play premiered in London's West End in 2016 and has since opened globally, with the Broadway production condensed from 2 parts into 1. Oh, okay. All right. So, plot focuses on Harry's son, then Albus Severus Potter, who he has a budding friendship with Draco Malfoy's son, Scorpius, I just thought that was an interesting name. I'm not in love with it. I don't know why they did that name. I guess I'd have to hear that. But so as they deal with family legacy and a plot to change the past, the guy who played Draco Malfoy was good. Of course, Tom Welton is playing him in New York. So yeah, it is a stage play, and the published script is a special rehearsal edition that reads like a screenplay with minimal description compared to the novels. So, all right. So there you go. Yeah, ours was a 2-part play. So that's what we got. And it was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was fun to sit there and watch more Harry Potter. There were parts, again, you've already heard what I did and didn't like. And I thought it ended okay. There was a lot of the, however you want to look at it, I just don't love it because it's so overtly there, where it's a lot of emasculation, where it's like, you men are just, and you're like, okay, could you just stop? I know exactly what you're doing, and you push too far one way, and then it's just ridiculous. So anyway, but that was the only other thing I thought of. But otherwise, though, fun. It's fun to watch the. If you're a Harry Potter fan, you'll love it. You will love it. So if you haven't seen it, you've thought about seeing it, and you're a big Harry Potter fan, I think it's worth going to see. Check it out. Just continue. All right. So Next thing we want to do is we want to get into real quick. I just want to kind of go through some of these albums. Tomorrow we're going to be talking with guys from Chemical Tribe and also Fire and Ice. So I just wanted to play a little bit of these guys. That is really loud. So there you go. This is Fire and Ice from their new album High Roller, and it kicks ass. There you go. It's like classic, got that classic metal style. All right. See if I can step into the next one. Yeah. So no, this is what is actually like the third track on the album, because it's got an opening with sounds. So, but just to give you a little, unfortunately I can't fast forward these. I wish I could fast forward them a little bit. Not like, hey, that's exactly straight out of something else. Just like I used to say to my friend, I'm just telling you, it just reminds me of something else when I hear it. There you go. The next track here. Let's see if I can. Oh, there you go. Nice and sexy on that one. That's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the song list. Get to Fire. Alright, so this is called Black Widow. Let's get into the next track, and that is going to be the next track on the album. Then is Fire in the Sky. I just kind of want to give you guys a heads up on what these guys sound like before I do these interviews tomorrow. Kind of gives me that heel feel from back in the day, right? Yeah, all right. Well, let's move on. Now we've got Escape, and then it's Into the Night.
Possibly armed and dangerous.
Oh yeah, that's classic.
Dispatch, we have a 1016 in progress by Hudson County. I repeat, a 1016. Approach with caution. They are 147.
All right. This one is Don't You Cry. There's 10 tracks total, but as far as music and songs are concerned, there's 9 tracks.
Every time it's the same when I gaze into your eyes and when
35 minutes long.
looking at the stars above, it makes you wanna fly.
Don't You Cry. There is Coming Home. There you go. It's kind of a kick-ass riff right there, right? The drummer is Mike Gemini. He'll be on with me tomorrow.
I've been roaming all night. Headlights cut through the dark. Chasing
Lust for Love. don't make music like they used to. You know, I mean, there are bands out there doing it. You know, so, you know, and a lot of times I get it. Some people have a tough time maybe getting into another band that's doing the stuff that they, you know, like listening to. I mean, you know, this stuff is good. It's like, you know, reminiscent of all that stuff I listened to back in the hair metal days. And, that's like, you know, Rob Hussey with his band Cyanide. Check that out. You know, it's very much like this. Maybe you weren't with me when we were, you know, going through and listening to and talking with Rob Hussey about that band. So lots of things I want to do with some little promotional pieces to do these kind of things. So, all right, let's go to the last track here. Last track we have is Break Away. Let's crank that up again. These are young guys too. So, young guys, younger than me. All right, well, let's move on now to excuse me, Chemical Tribe. They have a 4-track EP that's brand new. Let's see if I can get that pulled up over here. Wasting time. That might be So Sick. What that might be. Let's see here. Let's see what it does when I do that. Yeah, that's So Sick. All right, here's the next track. Oh, Wear Me Down. We all need to be free, but what's in it for me? Interesting. This is a song called Over Before.
The clock is telling me it's almost time for me to leave here. And I guess a lot like me, the time has not been right in years.
So there you go. I think that might be one of my favorite ones of the 4 track, Wasting Time. All right, so we'll be talking with Dominic Musio. He's guitar player for Chemical Tribe tomorrow. That one will be 11 Central. And then because he's out there on the East Coast, so then a couple hours later we'll be chatting with Mike Gemini, the drummer from Fire and Ice. Now the way it's written, it's like Fire and Ice, so it's like It's like fire with an apostrophe in. So it's like fire and ice, like you're firing ice. Pew, 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 pew. Like Mr. Freeze. I almost said Dr. Freeze. That's not right. That's not right. All right, so let's see what kind of music we got here, just for fun. Yeah, let's put that in the background. What do you think? I got to come up with some tracks and put them in the background. Let's just loop that. All right. Okay, so, I wanted to show you this. I went ahead and picked this up finally. It took me a while because I was just waiting for a cheaper price. And you know what's going to happen now that I have it? I'm going to see a real cheap price. But finally, I had to get Deadpool and Wolverine. It's not the greatest movie in the world. However, it was still good and better than a lot of the definitely better than a lot of the Marvel crap that was coming out. So, and Wesley Snipes was back as Blade. That was wonderful. So yeah, I got that. Then I wanted to open these up with you guys too. I opened these, and I don't know if I showed them to you or not. Might have been on that show that just went south. Anyway, I got this new Mammoth album, The End. So it's kind of interesting being called The End. So let's just kind of open that up. It's got One of a Kind, The End, Same Old Song, The Spell, I Really Wanna, Happy, Better Off, Something New, and Selfish, and All in Good Time. That's kind of like me with this. All in good time. All in good time. All right, I got to see if I can salvage that sticker. I like to do that. So here you go. This is like a digipack. What do we have here? We have like a booklet that slides out here. And there we go. This is the third album. Oh, produced by Michael Elvis Basquets. And there's the CD. So, nice use of the cover artwork all the way through. So there we go. I'm looking forward to getting that loaded in and checking it out. I always love when I do this. There it is. All right, next we have. I'm really eager to. I've already listened to this on streaming, yet I'm glad to have a copy and get it downloaded to the computer to listen to. And that's the brand new Megadeth. So I had to get that. I get all the Megadeth. I get all the Megadeth. So there you go. Open it up. There it is. This, wow. They really put a burden on us on this one, especially me. They put the song titles on it very small. Let's see. You have Tipping Point. You have I Don't Care. Hey God. Let There Be Shred. Puppet Parade. Another Bad Day. Made to Kill. Obey the Call. I Am War. The Last Note. And Ride the Lightning is the bonus track on here. So yeah, let's take a look at this booklet. Lots of flames. Lots of flames. I do love this cover though. That's a great Rattlehead art. So here we go. Some nice little artwork there. See, lots of flames. All the lyrics. There's the band photo. Okay, there you go. So who do we have on this one? Do you have, yeah, James Lomenzo's on here. He was on The Amazing Race with his brother. His brother? Yeah. Let's see. Mantasari? How do you say that? Mantasari? Timu Mantasari. And Dirk Verburen. I don't know those guys. Huh. All right, on drums and guitar. Wow, that's been a band that's been through so many changes over the years. Good changes. I mean, I guess. I mean, you know, it's rough when you got to change up band members and stuff. But yeah. All right. So the new Megadeth, and then we have this Whitesnake remaster. This was pretty cool too. I'm a huge fan of Slide It In. I'm also a huge fan of the year 1984 in music because lots of good stuff. This album, Slide It In by Whitesnake, fantastic record. You also had Huey Lewis. You had HSAS was out at that time with Hagar, Schoen, Aronson, and Shreve. And you also had Grace Under Pressure by Rush. You had, I think, Voices. When did Voices come out? Well, that was the song. It's just Russ Ballard. The song was Voices. But yeah, this, yeah, Gambler, Slide It In, Slow and Easy, Love Ain't No Stranger. God, I love that song. I did it once live. I'd love to do it again. Give Me One More Time. Give me More Time. Standing in the Shadow. Hungry for Love. All or Nothing. Spit It Out. And Guilty of Love. So there's your original. This was the original album cover there, and then this is what they did for this. Probably multiple things. Yeah, then they have photos of some of the other Whitesnake stuff there. I got that little box of snakes, which was awesome. And then there's your booklet, just lyrics, track titles, no pictures, no nothing else, just lyrics, which is good. I'll take the lyrics. I like the lyrics. Like the children, they love the lyrics. So there we go. What's next? Ah, yes. Another one of these remasters. And I can't guarantee that I like the extra track on here. I'm going to have to be reminded as to what it is. So sorry about the throat. Jeez, God. They put red on blue. That's such a shitty thing to do. There's my Dr. Seuss moment for the day. But we're talking Painkiller remaster, Judas Priest. Let's see if I can see what the extra tracks are here. La 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 la. Bonus tracks, what are they? God. Living, what is this? Living Bad Dreams, and then a live version of Leather Rebel. So Living Bad Dreams. I don't remember hearing that one. I know I have, but yeah, the remasters. Oh, there you go. Cute. Yeah, I don't know about that whole silver border. I don't get why they did that around all of them. I don't think it really. I don't know. I wouldn't have done it design-wise. I wouldn't have done it. But that's me. That's just me. And then, lastly, let's open one of these because I have two of them because I ordered two, if you remember. Because I got these online, and I gotta see if I can get that sticker off of that one. So I gotta keep that. We're talking Ace Frehley, 10,000 volts. You're like, oh, I thought you got that a long time ago. I did. I got it a long time ago. It's very good. It's a very good record. I love it. Don't be a sissy. Listen to the whole thing. So yeah, 10,000 volts, Walking on the Moon, Cosmic Heart, Cherry Medicine, Back Into My Arms Again, Fighting for Life, Blinded, Constantly Cute. I like that one. Life of a Stranger, Up in the Sky, and Stratosphere. Again, 10,000 volts. And I'm going to do this. I did this with all of these. My wife says I do it just so I have something else to do with my CDs. Not true. Ooh, look at that. So you've got the book that opens up, but wait, there's more. There you go. You got a poster. You get a 10,000 volts poster. And that's different than that. Look at that. Yeah, Ace was a big believer in life beyond the stars. What's it hurt? Might as well, right? Oh, there you go. Lots of behind the scenes photos and things on the inside. Great. It's a great record. I love this. I just so glad I bumped into that deal online to get the vinyl as well. So yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, I look forward to putting all those in. Now, Billy Idol is on his way on tour, and he's going to be coming here to the St. Louis area. So I put in a request for an interview. So we'll see if that happens. In the meantime, I just got all Billy Idoled up ahead in the head again. Here comes the rattle of the bag, the crinkles. So what I did was I came downstairs just to double check what I had, what I didn't have on CD, right? Or vinyl, right? What I do have on vinyl is I have his first album, I've got Rebel Yell, and I also have Whiplash Smile. I've been watching his film, the movie that they made, Billy Idol Should Be Dead. If you haven't seen it, check it out. So, this one comes later. I think this goes here, and then this one goes at the end. So what I knew I had Charmed Life. I had it in the long box. I mean, when I got it long time ago, I had a long box version and took it out of that. Came downstairs yesterday to see the 3 albums, his first album, Rebel Yell, and then Charmed Life. And also I thought I had Whiplash Smile too. I had that on CD. Okay. It's not here, I don't think. Well, that kind of pisses me off. Anyway, so now I got to look for that one too. So what I did was I called Frenchtown Records. I'd been down to Frenchtown Records, which is downtown St. Louis, it's near Soulard area. And it's off 7th Street, just south of 40, off of 70 and 55. So just as you're getting ready to shift from 70 to 55, then you get off at 7th Street, and then you turn on Park. So, so there you go. But I love the store. It's got multiple levels, and the one gentleman is now leaving. He's actually moving. But I'd been in there. Sorry, it's getting late. And I'd been in there, and I had looked, and I had seen some of the Billy Idol stuff in there. One of them was one of his newer records, which is called Devil's Playground, which is not actually super new anymore, but I knew I had seen it there. So I called ahead as I was on my way there, and they looked and they said, yeah, I just see like Charmed Life. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. I mean, he's looking at it, I'm not. But I just remember seeing Devil's Playground in there. Maybe they sold it. I get it. No problem. That's just what it is. Well, I go in there. Sorry. There's a new person that's just started there. Very young person, in contrast to my age. And so they were like, well, here, I'll take you upstairs. I said, okay, hold on just a second. I know I saw some in the side room. So I go in there, and sure enough, there was a copy of Charmed Life there, which has Cradle of Love and many other songs. And there it was, Devil's Playground. They're sitting right next to it. So I was like, awesome. And the gentleman that was looking for me earlier over the phone hadn't seen it. So, but he walked by just as I walked out of the room to go ahead and go upstairs and look at what they had upstairs. And I go, here it is, right there, Devil's Playground. So now, have I told you about this before? Here's the reason. Okay, let's just do it with one I haven't done yet. Okay. So here, I already did those. So anyway, we got upstairs and there was another Charmed Life. So I bought them both. One was $2.99 and one was $3.99. I'm like, just give me both. I'll see which one's in better shape. So then I found upstairs for $3.99. All of these were $3.99 and less. The Devil's Playground was $3.99. I was like, what? Bitchin'. And then, like I say, one of the Charmed Life was $2.99, one was $3.99. This, I went ahead and bought it because why not? If it's there and it's $3.99, why not get Vital Idol? Because it has White Wedding parts 1 and 2. So it's got the whole 8 minutes and 20 seconds of White Wedding. Then it also has Mony Mony, which I did that live a couple of times. I really don't like doing that live. Hot in the City, Dancing with Myself, Flesh for Fantasy, To Be a Lover, Love Calling, and Catch My Fall, which that's an interesting. Okay. All right. So anyway, these are always hard to get out, right? They get stuck, and then you end up crimping the ends, and like this person obviously didn't give a shit because you can see how dented up this is because they didn't care to get it underneath the little tabs and stuff. So this way it makes it easier. You take this, you turn it sideways, so here's up and down. You can see that, right? Here's the top. You just take this booklet, stick it right between those two, and then it kind of folds. So, and then to get it out, it comes out easier. All right? So you take it, you push it down into the tabs, and then you just curve it a little bit, and it pops right up into those. Right up into those. And then you're done. And then boom. And then it looks cooler this way anyway. Right? So there. Then they had the Greatest Hits album, which that has Dancing with Myself, Mony Mony, Hot in the City, White Wedding, that's parts 1 and 2 as well, Rebel Yell, Eyes Without a Face, Flesh for Fantasy, Catch My Fall, To Be a Lover, Don't Need a Gun, which is also from that same Whiplash Smile album, Sweet 16, which is from that, and then Cradle of Love, LA Woman, which are both on the... those are both on here, right? Yeah, those are both on the Charmed Life. And then it's got Shock to the System, and then it's got Rebel Yell Live, and he did a cover of Don't You Forget About Me. Huh. That's called Billy Idol, Greatest Hits. And that was only $3.99. So I'm like, yeah, just giving me all of it. I don't give a shit. There's something different on everything. Now this one's got a big old fat booklet to it too. Look at that. There you go. Lots of great artwork and photography and stuff. It's got pictures of the albums on the inside. There you go. Yeah, if you haven't seen Billy Idol Should Be Dead, there's a classic shot there. I think I might even have that poster. I got a Billy Idol poster. Oh, there you go. The big hair. That's cool. But yeah, it was... He really kind of made it rough on himself. The drugs and the drinking to try to keep himself going and all that kind of stuff. Which, is it really worth it? All right, so again, take book, shove down into tabs, curve, and let it naturally slide up into those. There you go. And that's how you do it. So, yeah, I'm excited to have all this Billy Idol, but now I'm just got to thinking I got to double check. And I don't know. I swore I had a copy of Whiplash. I got it on vinyl. I've got it on vinyl, but I was certain I had the CD. This is weird. This is really wrong. So anyway, as wrong as that is. So I think that's it. I think that's everything. Here's my other copy of Ace Frehley. So want to give that as a gift or something sometime. All right, guys, I'll let you get rolling. I got to get to bed so I can get a little sleep and get ready for tomorrow so I can do both of my shows and get to the doctor's office in the morning. Yay. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. Saboteur, thanks for popping in. Really appreciate it. And we will see you guys tomorrow at 11 o'clock Central here for chats with the first one that I've got is with Dominic Musio from Chemical Tribe. And then later in the afternoon, we have our interview with Dave. Not Dave, Mike. I'll get it all straight. It's late, people. It's late. So yeah, Mike will be in then later on, Mike Gemini from Fire and Ice. So we'll get into it. All right. So in the meantime, thanks again for hanging. Remember, like and subscribe. That's really what gets us rolling. And let me know what you guys want to, let me know what you want to know about. If there's some things you want to talk about, we can do that. All right. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Remember, when you walk out your door in the morning, you're in everybody else's world. They're not in yours. So pay attention on the road. That's a big one. We saw a burning car tonight. All right. Take care, guys.